Dear maker, the beauty of making solid shampoo bars is that you can often mold it with your own bare hands, without needing fancy tools or equipment. However, if you want a neater shape and a more consistent product, you can use a shampoo bar press. Let me show you how to use it. Shampoo bars making is surprisingly similar to kneading a loaf of bread. In order to obtain a solid consistency, the first step is to mix flour and water. A solid shampoo bar is also created by a mix of liquid and solid ingredients, except that instead of flour we use detergents and ingredients that help harden the bar, such as butters and clays. And instead of water we use other liquid ingredients that offer extra cleansing and protection properties to the bar, such as liquid detergents and proteins. And if you're planning to press a shampoo bar, you really want to make sure that your formula has a good amount of dry ingredients. As a rule of thumb, you want at least a good 70% of your bar to be formed by dry ingredients. I go into more details and provide you with the actual percentages and formulas for obtaining solid and efficient shampoo bars just according to your needs inside Zero Waste Hair Care. To learn more and join the course, check out the link in the description box down below. To press my bars, I use a shampoo bar press made with resin. It's made up by 3 different parts, and this makes cleaning very easy. I will leave the link to this press in the description box down below. A tricky thing with pressing shampoo bars is that sometimes the mix becomes a bit sticky, and if that's the case, it's going to be difficult to press the bar into the mold as the mix will likely stick into the press. A way to resolve this issue is to add a drop of oil to your shampoo bar press. This is really going to help create a nice slip on the shampoo bar press without impacting the formula and without the need to use cling film. If the bar is still very wet, I suggest you to simply let it dry for a while before pressing it into the shampoo bar press. To start pressing the shampoo bar into the mold, insert the small cylinder into the big cylinder and take a bit of the powdery mix to create a base at the bottom of the mold using your fingers. This will prevent your bar from having anesthetic holes at the bottom. Then proceed to fill up the rest of the mold and press again as you fill it. Next, you now want to close the shampoo bar press with the other cylinder. Because I'm making a small amount, I'm using it inside out so I can get a flat surface, otherwise I will get a lot of the bar just hollow. The next step is to apply as much pressure as you can. Once you've done that, turn the press upside down and push the shampoo bar out gently but firmly. Keep turning the shampoo bar this way until you feel it's coming off. Again, if you feel that the bar is too soft, just let it solidify inside the press before you attempt this. And there it is, the most lovely, perfectly shaped shampoo bar. I like to further refine the top and the rough edges, and I will reuse any leftover bits to just wash my hands afterwards or simply to wash my tools. I hope you've enjoyed this mini tutorial, and let me know, do you prefer to hand mold your bars or press them with the press? And did you know you can even get super creative and use what you have before investing into something more pro? Some of my students from Zero Waste Hair Care have even used a mooncake press and a rice bowl press to make their shampoo bars, obtaining really amazing results.